Hearn says Jaron Boots Ennis the man to beat Terence Crawford. We've got the guy who beats the king. Stay tuned as we discuss the latest news in the boxing world. Subscribe. Hearn says he believes he's got the fighter that can beat Terence Crawford in Jaron Boots Ennis. He's certain that Ennis will defeat Crawford, as he has the style to beat him. It's a fight that the Matchroom promoter Hearn says will be one of the greatest fights of all time. He doesn't expect Crawford, 42-0, 31 KOs, to fight until the end of 2026, if at all. By then, he believes Ennis, 35-0, 31 KOs, will have beaten Virgil Ortiz Jr. and possibly Sebastian Fundora as well. The guy to beat the king Boots Ennis' popularity will skyrocket after those two victories, creating fan interest in a fight between him and Crawford if the Nebraska native doesn't retire before then, due to him being set for life with the millions Turki Alalshik has paid him. There will certainly be a lot of pressure put on Crawford to face Ennis if he hasn't retired, as there's no one at 168 or 160 that can match him in terms of popularity, other than Canelo Alvarez. A rematch between him and Bud is unlikely to happen because the Mexican star won't want to risk being embarrassed a second time. If anyone is going to beat him, I believe we've got the guy to beat him, said Hearn to TMZ Sport about Jaron Boots Ennis being the fighter to defeat Terence Crawford. Many fans believe that Ennis has always had the kryptonite style to beat Crawford because he can do everything he does, but has a much better offensive game. Terence has a single-shot type of punching style compared to Ennis's rapid-fire approach. The style Crawford uses is for fighters who move frequently and try to win using the point system. Ennis has a pro style in which he puts his punches together, looking for a knockout. Hearn's vision for 2026. Crawford is not going to fight until the back end of next year, even if he fights again. That could be one of the greatest fights of all time. And I believe we've got the guy who beats the man. And if he wants a real challenge, get ready because Boots is coming, said Hearn. Hearn says Jaron Boots Ennis the man to beat Terence Crawford. We've got the guy who beats the king. Crawford camp fires back at Ennis hype. Bernie Davis calls Boots an average boxer despite KO highlight. Terence Crawford's coach, Bernie Davis, went into a meltdown about Jaron Boots Ennis' win over Usman Lima last Saturday night, dismissing the victory by saying, "Who is it against? I never heard of the guy." He seemed really upset about it. Is jealousy creeping into Team Crawford? It almost sounds like Bernie is jealous of how impressive Ennis looked, which was light years better than a typical Crawford performance. He never looked like that in his career. Ennis took some of the shine away from Bud's recent win with that annihilation of Lima. The way Bernie was worked up, he seemed bothered by the praise that Ennis has been receiving from the boxing world following his first-round knockout of Lima, 14-2 with 10 knockouts, in Philadelphia. Ennis' win over Lima has overshadowed Crawford's razor-close victory over Canelo Alvarez on September 13. Ennis rifled Lima with shots, dropping him twice before finishing him off with a storm of power shots. That performance left fans speechless. No one is doing that at the top level at 154, 160, or 168. In contrast, Bud ran around the ring most of the night against Alvarez, trying not to get hit, and barely winning a 12-round unanimous decision by the scores 115-113, 115-113, and 116-112. Bernie, Boots is an average boxer. Boots is an average boxer to me. He don't do nothing. These are facts. Show me something about his skill set, said Bernie Davis to YSM Sports Media about Jaron Boots Ennis. You show me something that is cold out of this world. An average boxer wouldn't have wiped out Usman Lima in the first round the way Boots Ennis did last Saturday night. That takes top-level skills to do that against a knockout artist like Lima, who is better than fans think. We'll see that as time goes on when he starts fighting some of the top contenders. What is he doing that is so skillful? Crawford is a guy that can go up and hang with anybody that you can see because of the way his skill set is. He beats all these different guys with skills, said Bernie. The way Ennis has looked in his last two fights against Usman Lima and Emantar Stanionis, he appears superior to Crawford in the skills department. During Terence's career, he's never looked as impressive as Boots has in his last 2 fights. Compare how Bud looked in his last 2 fights against Canelo Alvarez and Israil Madrimov to the performances that Ennis turned in against Lima and Stanionis. It's like night and day. Crawford struggled in his fights with Madrimov and Canelo. In the eyes of many fans, Madrimov beat Crawford. Israil landed the harder, cleaner shots in every round of the fight. Now, if that were Boots who fought Madrimov, I can picture it as a similar fight as his bouts against Lima and Stanionis. Saul Alvarez, Errol Spence Jr., Sean Porter, Israil Madrimov, Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Jeff Hearn, Julius Indongo, Victor Postel, Yuriorkis Gamboa. These are easily Crawford's best wins of his career. Of those names, 7 of them were past their prime when Bud fought them. He didn't fight a prime version of these guys: Canelo, Gamboa, Porter, Indongo, Spence, Brook, or Khan. They were all at the ends of their careers when Crawford fought them.